Welcome to our video series on advanced features in Microsoft Word. In this video, we'll begin to add pictures to the Word document. If you want to add pictures to your Word document, it's very straightforward. Simply insert picture, and you have a number of options. Clip art, for example. And Word provides immediately available images that you can add to the document if you wish, and they're broken down by categories. For example, let's have a look into the Buildings category. Click on that, and there's some art here we can use. So for example, click on that, and our options are Insert, Preview, and also Add Clip to Favorites, and Find Similar Clips. So let's insert. And it's done. And it's been added to the document here. If we close that, there it is, and it can be formatted just like normal text. You can select it, and center it, and right align it. Justifying it has the same effect as just left aligning it, because you can't stretch out an image to fill both margins in this instance. Left align, and you can even make it part of a bulleted list, for example, or a numbered list. Let's get rid of that. And you can also, if you hold the mouse over one of the black dots around the border, you can stretch it out. Although obviously that just elongates it, stretching it out in just one way, shrink it, or stretch it diagonally, or downward, and so on. You'll also find that with the picture toolbar appears with a number of other options. I won't talk you through these now, but you see there are options for Insert Picture, Image Control. You can change the contrast, change the brightness, even crop the image, and there's text wrapping, so the text flows around or even behind the image. As I previously mentioned, some of the more advanced image options, for example like text wrapping, only become apparent when you're working in a view like Print Layout View, because Normal View doesn't show the full extent of the formatting. Also, if we go back to Insert Picture, if perhaps you have pictures on your hard drive, perhaps if you've taken some photos with a digital camera and transferred them to your computer, you can insert them from File, as it's called. This box comes up, and then you navigate through your computer to where your images are. In this instance, let's go to Images folder, and I just have some sample images. If I were to insert Sunset 2, and insert that, and there it is. So we now have two images in the document, and again, this one can also be stretched out if I wish. Okay, let's hit Enter a couple of times to add some blank lines, and Insert Picture, and some other options are Auto Shapes, Word Art, From Scanner or Camera, and Chart. I won't go into these now, but you can play around with them to see how you do with them. For example, if we take a quick look at Chart, a data sheet appears that you can make changes to, and that changes the chart here. Okay, I've deleted that, but one very interesting option actually, Insert Picture, Word Art. You can take some text and apply some quite interesting effects to it. For example, let's try this one, and OK that, your text here. So let's just say demo text. And we can choose a font. And let's just go with this one, Book Antiqua. Size, we can change the size if we want and make it even larger than 36 points. Let's go to 48 and bold it, and let's OK that and see how it looks. And there it is. There's our word art that's been applied to the text. Now, this isn't text any longer, it's an image. So the same applies. We can stretch it out and so on. You see that this is one of the effects that only really displays in the print layout view. If you go to normal view, for example, there would appear to be a blank area of the document. Here, there appears to be nothing there, but there is something there in fact. It's your word art. So let's go back to print layout view. And there it is. Do keep that in mind when working with word art and certain aspects of images and Microsoft Word. But if we stay in print layout view, we can, for example, click, hold, and drag it, and choose where we want it to go in our document. So that's a quick introduction to the main ways you can add images to your Word documents.